Hello there. I'm going to put in my ear pods. Hopefully that means you'll be able to hear me better. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for allowing me to do these videos and get away. Have a really big week. My grandson turns 2. My third son, Will, turns 21, and my husband turns 60. So again, we're just gonna try and get away camping. Woohoo! So it should be a fun time, but not quite what we imagined last year. So we are up to rule number 9. And rule number 9 is your answers lie inside of you. So all you need to do is look, listen, and trust. We all possess spiritual DNA, which is the inner wisdom that resides within us and transmits messages about our life path. These messages are signals or directives from your inner source of intuition that guide you toward and through your authentic life. Messages are like illuminated stepping stones along your path that point to the actions you need to take in order to continue your process of growth. They flash and pop in your innermost mind, offering directions and clues and providing you with all the answers you need. Sometimes we don't always see these things that pop out at us. We don't pay attention to the illuminated stones. We think or let other people think for us and don't do what we know we're supposed to do. And that's why it's so incredibly important for us to have quiet time, have peaceful time, so that we can listen to our inner selves, that part of us that already knows. So let's just start by closing your eyes and turning to your breath. I believe the breath is, for me, the thing that helps me turn from the outer more to the inner, helps me to be able to listen to that inner voice better. Whenever I close my eyes, I just follow my breath. Everything slows down, becomes less chaotic and more clear. As you follow your breath, just allow this to happen. Let the chaos slip away. Allow yourself to let go of anything that isn't serving you right now. Allow yourself to let go of any tension, anxiety, unrest. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all train ourselves to see the lighted pathway that's presented to us, to trust that we already know the right answers. They're all within us. we just pay attention. And please lower your hands, open your eyes. We're going to start in Virasana, which is hero pose, and I want you to use at least one block and possibly two, and even maybe 2 blocks and a blanket. So you're just going to place the block, let me move this so you can see, between your heels. Stretch your feet long and make sure the feet are straight back from your knees, and then just sit back on the block. Press all 10 toes down. Now if that's really hard on your knees, feel free to use another block or even 2 blocks and a blanket so that you get up high enough that it's comfortable for you. I want you to feel like your hip creases are back, you're on your sits bones. And then just very gently inhale, stretch your arms up, and exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, stretch them up, lengthen, and exhale, bring them back down. One more time. Inhale, stretch them up, and exhale, bring them back down. Good, now I'm going to have you twist to your left. And then on your next inhale, twist to your right. Exhale back to center, twist to the left. Exhale back to center and inhale, twist to the right. Good, and then come back to center. Interlace your hands behind you, knuckles pointing back. Lengthen the sides of your body. Allow the shoulders to, the whole rib cage to move back, and then maybe lengthen your arms behind you. Couple more breaths. And release the hands down. Bring the right hand to the side and the left arm up and over. And then switch. And do that again. And switch. Good. And then please make your way to all fours position. And just work through a few cat-cows. About 3 rounds. Just move slow, just really identifying each vertebrae as you move. Just feeling everything work together. Good. And then sit back to a child's pose. Let your arms rest. You can bring them by your feet if you want. Shoulders just kind of slouch forward. And then please come back up to all fours, but come down to your elbows here. Make sure your elbows and your shoulders are the same distance apart. Interlace your fingers. Press the hands, the forearms, the elbows down. And make sure your feet are hip distance apart. And then just sit back more like a child's pose and lift your knees a little bit. And try and keep the weight moving back into the heels as you stretch up to a dolphin pose. You don't have to straighten your legs all the way if you don't want to. If it doesn't feel like it's a good stretch, try and maintain a curve in the low back, but draw the whole rib cage back. You can walk your dolphin out a little bit. again. Come back onto all fours position. Extend the right leg and the left arm. And release. Left leg, right arm. And release. We're going to get into the lymph nodes, the lymph system a little bit. So I want you to just make a big circle with your right knee and bring it down. And then circle your left knee and down. We're going to do that in a sequence, but we're going to circle, right knee, stretch the feet long, child's pose. Inhale, circle left knee, and exhale, child's pose. And keep going like that. Inhale, circle right knee, child's pose. Inhale, circle left knee, and child's pose. One more time each side. Inhale, circle the right knee, child's pose, and left knee, and child's pose. And then come up to all fours. Curl the toes under again. You're going to maintain the curve, but really engage the core. So you're knitting the ribs, you're engaging and lengthening, heads in line with your spine, and lift the knees up. This is primal plank. We've done this a lot. You can stay here, or you can extend one leg and come back. Extend the other leg and come back. Right leg again. Left. And come on down. Good. Sit on your back side and bring your knees so the shin is, so the right knee comes straight up. Actually, I'll switch. So your right knee is straight up from your hip, the shin's parallel to the front, and the left knee comes straight out from the side, and the shin's parallel to the side of the mat. And feel that. You're going to press this knee down and slowly try and get onto the bottom of the right foot. Keep pressing this knee down. I'm just going to open up the hips a little bit. Press this knee down, press this knee down. I'm telling myself. Good, and then release. Good, twist to your right. Maybe lower down. Good, come on back up. Switch sides. Sure, just set up. This knee presses down, this knee lifts. Keep pressing this knee down. I like to, you can use your hands if you want to, but I'm trying to not use them. Press this knee down. Doesn't stay all the way down, but I'm using my core a lot. Try and press through the foot on the opposite. Good, and then release it. Bring both hands to the left this time for a twist, and maybe come on down. Lengthen your spine. And then please come on back up. Bring the soles of your feet together. I like to start with fingertips behind me to get my sits bones under me, hands under ankles, and then I can use my forearms to broaden my thighs apart, Lengthen my spine. And fold. Good, and come on back up. Transition to your belly. Stretch your feet long. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart. Stretch your arms long. Think, I'm going to lengthen the back of my neck. I'm going to use the whole rib cage back and lift the head and chest to Shalabhasana. Take a couple breaths, maybe add the feet. And release it down. Curl the toes. Push all the way back to downward facing dog. Remember to use the finger mounds as much as you use the base of the wrist in downward facing dog. And then widen your feet a bit with a wide-legged downward facing dog. Bring your hands just slightly closer together. And then this is what you're going to do. You're going to come forward and step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Hug the heel and the foot towards each other. Just feel a nice stretch. My toes are turned out slightly so that my kneecap and my toes point the same direction. Good, and then press into your hand, step that foot back, keep the wide stance, and switch sides. Step the left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Try not to let the hips sink. Keep thinking, I want the curve in my low back, but I want my spine nice and long. Good, and then step back. And then with those wide feet, just slowly walk your feet to your hands and come to a wide-footed Uttanasana. Think, I'm going to broaden my upper inner thighs apart. And slowly straighten into my legs, maybe. Just take a few breaths there. Let the head relax. Good, and then wiggle the feet closer together. And come up like a pranam. This is where I want you to have a block, and you're going to bring the block under your left hand. I'm going to move back a little bit. And I just want you to think, okay, I have the curve, but I'm really engaging the core. And you're going to shift your weight to your right foot, so your left hand. You might want it on the highest height. You might want it on the medium. I'm going to keep mine on medium. My hamstrings are pretty open. So you're in a pranam, and you're just going to inhale, lift the leg and the arm, and down. Try and keep the weight in the middle. Nothing moves except the leg and the arm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release it. Switch sides with the block. Shift your weight to the left foot. Lift the right foot. Arm dangles. Think core stays super strong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release it. Good, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward again. Step your left foot back to a deep lunge. Now this is gonna be kind of a weird little sequence. I'm just gonna have you might want your left hand on a block. I'll go ahead and use a block. Just to show you, I might lose it, and do a deep lunge twist. So extend the right arm up, feel that. Good, now you're just gonna keep that, try and press into your right foot a little more, get the weight in the right foot, and then maybe shift so you can tap your knee to the calf of your right leg and bring it back down. Lower the back knee, stretch the arm up to Vasisthasana variation, and then you're just gonna sit your butt down, bring that foot across. So it's kind of an Ardha Matsyendrasana variation. Come back up to that Vasisthasana, and then step the foot back up. Lift the back knee back to that twisted position. Good, and touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Downward facing dog. Step your feet to your hands. We're going to switch to the other side now. So step your right foot back to deep lunge. If you want to use the block under your right hand this time, please do. I'm going to do it without. Just feel that deep lunge. Extend the left arm up to the twist. And you're going to press the left foot down. Just kind of shift your weight forward into that foot. Bend the right knee, touch the knee to the calf, and set it back down. Good, lower the right knee. Stretch the left leg back. Vasisthasana variation. Bring the foot in front. Set the hip down. And then back up. Back to Vasisthasana. And then step it forward. Lift the back knee. And touch down. Let's do that again. The first side, step forward. Step the left foot back, deep lunge. Right arm twists up. Deep lunge twist. Press into the right foot. Feel really strong there. Maybe you get a little bit lighter in your left fingertips as you bend the left knee. Touch it to the calf. Extend it back. Lower the knee. Stretch up Vasisthasana. Step the foot down as you step the hip down. Back up, Vasisthasana. Step it forward. Lift the back knee, twist. And down. Step forward. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, press into that left foot, touch. Bring the foot back down, lower the knee. Vasisthasana. Step the foot forward, sit down. Back to Vasisthasana. And step the foot up. Lift the back knee, still in that twist. and touch down. Good, step back, downward facing dog. Hopefully you're catching on to that because we're gonna do it again. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. This time we'll start by extending the left leg. Just feel that position for a moment. Step the foot through, deep lunge. I'll give you a minute to get there. Use the block if you want to. On your next inhale, twist left arm up. Good. Press into the left foot. Touch the right knee to the back of the calf. Extend it back, touch it down. Lower the back knee. Press into your right hand as you extend the leg. Touch the foot down, touch the hip down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step it forward. Lift the back knee and feel the twist and touch down. Step back, downward facing dog. We're getting warmed up now. Extend the right leg. Just stay there for a minute if you'd like. Feel it. And then step it through, deep lunge. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Your neck twist. Press into the right foot. Get light in the left hand. Touch the knee to the calf. Bring it back down. Lower the knee. Inhale, stretch it. Vasisthasana. Exhale, step the knee, right foot to the outside of your left. Touch down. Inhale, back up. Vasisthasana. And touch it down. Lift the back knee, deep lunge twist. Touch down. Step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a breath. And now I want you to find a blanket. I should have told you this at the beginning, but I didn't. So I'm gonna have you just make a little tiny roll with the blanket. You don't want it too big. And then keep it on your left thigh and step your right foot back to a deep lunge. And you're just gonna kind of snug, actually lower your back knee. You're just gonna snug this right up into that hip crease and then fold forward and touch down. So you're in Anjane position, but this is kind of pressing on the lymph nodes. Now see what happens if you bring your elbow to the knee and do a little twist there. You'll feel it right in that lymph node position. And I'm just gonna have you hold this for a little bit. So the idea is not to twist really deep. The idea is to feel that pressure right there. Count 5 more breaths. Good, unwind. Lift the back knee, step forward and just switch sides. So now you're gonna switch the blanket, roll right to that right thigh, right in there. Step the foot back until you're in a deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Feel the pressure. You can adjust the blanket, bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Right hand to the left. If that's too deep, to stay in the twist that long, just keep your hand on the floor. It's no big deal, and twist that way. I think it feels good with the elbow to the knee, but you may not. So feel the pressure right in that hip crease. Keep the hips square. Lengthen your spine. 5 more breaths. Just count your breaths. Touch down, step forward again, switch the blanket roll back to the left leg, step your right foot back. This time keep the knee lifted, so now you really might have to stay on your right hand, but you're gonna twist a little bit, or just see, can you bring the elbow to the outside of the knee? So now it's a crescent twist, and if you don't feel stable, lower the back leg. Okay. Lengthen your spine. 5 more breaths. Good. Touch down, step forward. Switch again, right in as high as you can into that crease. Step the left foot back. Get comfortable there. The back leg has to stay super engaged. Elbow to the knee or just a little twist. Your choice. Hug the feet towards each other. Lengthen your spine. 5 complete breaths. Lower the back knee if you need to. Good. Touch down. Carefully set the blanket off to the side and step back to downward facing dog. And please come on down to a child's pose. Coming back to downward facing dog. Step your feet to your hands, forward fold. Just take a moment and forward fold. And then please step your right foot back to deep lunge. Lower the back foot. Walk your hands to the right. Turn your left foot in. Come to a Prasarita position. Now shift forward and back a little bit, just kind of feeling if you're using all parts of your feet and legs, you'll feel where you're. Sometimes I don't use the little toe side of my foot in this position because I want to hug my feet, which feels really good, but you have to activate the little toe side even if it isn't pressing down. That makes sense. Good, and then inhale, pranam, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, push yourself all the way up to standing. Now turn the right foot out. we're in triangle position. And I'm just gonna have you extend your right arm straight out, make sure the kneecap and toes, and just lean forward as far as you can comfortably without touching down. And then just wherever that is, bring your hand to your leg. Your left arm's up. And then we're just gonna do little pulses here. So you don't have a firm grip. That's why you may be clear up here, and that's okay if you are. I'm gonna do 20 pulses. Press the left foot down. Good, and then come back up, lean back just a little bit, and then come forward. Switch the orientation of your feet. So left foot stretches out, right foot presses down, right hip crease stays back. Bring the arms out, and then just lean forward as far as you can comfortably. And you're able to hold it, and then just bring the hand to the leg, wherever that may be. It may be above the knee, maybe below the knee, or maybe by the ankle. And then 20 pulses. Keep grounded through the back foot. Good, come all the way up, a little bit up, twist the other way, and then lower the arms, turn both feet forward, and swivel the heels in about 45 degrees and bend your knees. Sit back a little bit, lengthen your spine. I'm gonna pulse here just because I think it feels good. Make sure your knees aren't coming in, they're pointing the same direction as your toes. You're pressing through your big toe mound, your little toe mound, inside of heel, outside of heel. Good, and then stand back up. Turn the left foot parallel to the side of the mat, the right foot turns out. Bend into the front knee. Bring the arms out for warrior two. Just gaze out over your right hand. Good, inhale, reverse. Hold it for 3 breaths. And then come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Switch the orientation. Bend into your front knee. Just check. Are you using all parts of your feet? Are you hugging to the midline? Is your spine lengthening? And then reverse. Hold for 3 breaths. And back to warrior two. Good, and then just windmill all the way down to the floor. Turn the back heel up. Come up to crescent warrior. Lean forward, bring your arms back. Press into your left foot, maybe step your right foot up, and lift into warrior three. Slowly touch it down, touch your hands down, step forward. Other side, left foot back. Find your balance, crescent warrior. Keep the hips square. Exhale, arms by your hips, lean forward. Shift your weight to your right foot. Might have to take baby steps in with the left. Warrior three. Use your core strength. Good, step it back and touch down. Good job. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. You can take child's pose if you need to. Exhale to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. And downward facing dog. Step your feet to your hands. Turn your toes out. Come down into a deep squat. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Now if your heels come up, grab a blanket and just bring them under the heels so that you have something to press into. So we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. I'm lucky because my heels can come down. So your right hand comes to the inside. You're just going to twist your left arm up and feel the work here in the groin area. 2 more breaths. And on the exhale, bring the left hand down and the right arm up for 3 breaths. Good, come on down. Straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And let the arms relax. So we're going to just do a little bit of a balance pose. So I kind of prepped you for it with that last sequence. I'm going to stand here so you can see. So inhale, lift the right leg up, stretch the arms up. Exhale, move the arms back by your hips, stretch into warrior three. Inhale, back to knee up, arms up. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale, left knee up, arms up. Exhale, arms move back, foot moves back, warrior three. Stay for a breath. Think core. And then inhale, slowly move it back. You can touch down if you need to. Stretch the arms up. And bring the foot down. It's kind of fun. Let's do it one more time. So inhale, standing on the left foot. Right knee comes up. Exhale, leg moves back, arms move back, core stays long and strong. Warrior three. Next, inhale, slowly move it back, lift the knee, lift the arms, and bring it all down. One more time to the other side, standing on the right foot, left foot lifts, arms lift. Exhale, arms down, leg back, long and strong core. Stay for a breath. Inhale, arms back up, knee up, and exhale down. Good, inhale, sweep the arms, look up, maybe bring the palms together if that feels good, a little bit of back bend. Stay for another breath. And exhale, fold forward. You should feel super long in your spine when you do that. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back. Lower the knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, arms by your side. Just twist to your left now a little bit. You can bring your right hand on your knee if you want to. And reach your left hand back, either right on the low back or back to the heel. And then stretch your right arm up. Should feel this in your quad. Stay for one more breath. And come on out. Can touch down, step forward and switch sides. So right foot back, deep lunge, lower the knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, touch down. Left hand to the knee, twist to your right. See, maybe the hand comes here, maybe it reaches back to the foot. You decide. Left arm up, open the heart. Hug the knee and the heel towards each other. It feels way better and more stable. It's okay if you're just doing this. It feels good too. And please touch down. Step, lift the knee, step forward. Come down to a deep squat again. Back to forward fold. Pranam. Step back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Stretch your feet long. Walk your hands back and come up to your knees. Now we're going to do Ustrasana, but you decide how deep you want to do this because this can be a pretty intense pose. You might want to use blocks. My new thing now is to put the blocks on the inside of the heels, make sure the feet point straight back, or you can curl the toes under, use the heels, or if you're open, you can bring the hands all the way to the feet. But here's what I want you to think. So make the curve in your low back. So hip creases move back, all that work we've been doing. And then think, I'm gonna engage the belly and the ribs, but not scoop the tailbone, but activate the hamstrings right here. Good. And then roll the shoulders back. Keep thinking whole rib cage on the back as you reach back with one hand and then the other, either to the blocks or the heels. I like to keep my head looking forward until I think, oh, my neck's supported, and then maybe I can let it go back. Press the feet up. Oh, it feels so good. We're so warm. Lift your head first. Lead with your heart and come on back up. Move right into a child's pose. I have to move the blocks out of the way. And then come on up to all fours and transition to your back side. Have a block handy before you lay all the way down. So we're gonna do Setu Bandha on the block, but since we're trying to drain our lymph system, we're gonna lift our legs if that's possible for you. So make sure your feet are right under your knees. Draw your shoulder blades underneath and then lift up just so you can slide the block, and I want you to leave it on either low or medium. You decide. Just take a moment there. Just see if you'll know if it's in the right spot, if it feels super comfortable. And you'll know whether you have it the right height. And then your palms are down. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling so that it's kind of an inversion so that the lymph nodes can all drain upward. We're just going to stay here for about a minute. So if this isn't comfortable for you, feel free to lower your feet. If it feels super comfortable, you know you have the block in the right spot. You can try shifting around a little bit if it doesn't feel stable. Slowly bring your feet back to the floor. Lift up enough to slide the block out. Bring your arms to cactus. Bring your feet wider. And just do a little windshield wiper action. So both knees to the right, and then left, and then right, and then left. A couple more times. Good, and then when you're evened out, bring the knees in towards your chest. Kind of roll side to side. Go ahead and stretch out for Shavasana. Palms up. Remember, your breath is the gateway to all that good stuff within. Moves you from the outside to the inside. And that's where all of your answers lie, is within. Just wanted to share with you, as you relax, some words from Rolf Gates. It is said that the breath is the bridge between the body and the spirit. Pranayama is a practice that we experience both physically and spiritually. The moment we close our eyes and bring our attention to our breath, distinct positive physiological effects commence. Our heart rate slows, cardiopulmonary stress is decreased, there's a decrease in metabolic activity, blood sugar and lactate levels, muscle tension, and skin conductivity. The sum total of these positive changes is an increased sense of well-being. sense of coming home. This shift on the emotional level is accompanied by a shift in attention. We are aware that concerns that held us so tightly just a moment before have receded. We sense a powerful presence. This presence is stillness. Experience for yourself the peace of a mindful breath. Enter into that stillness, and you will have a glimpse of the grandeur of the universe. connect with the outside again, just by noticing how the breath moves in and out, how your fingers can move again, your toes can move. Slowly draw your knees in towards your chest and roll to the right side. Just take your time, resting there for a moment. And please push on up to a seated position. There have been many times in my life where I felt like I had no idea what to do next. But every single time I stopped, prayed about it, meditated about it, I knew what the right answer was going to be. And you forget that you actually do know. All the answers lie right inside of you. It takes time and energy. Please bring hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing this crazy practice. I hope to see you all again very soon. I appreciate you trying this one out. I bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. Bye now.